Welcome, everybody, to I Got Next. We got breaking news. Uncle Hotep has a new, second favorite player, I guess.
Oh, man, here we go.
James Harden is a Philadelphia 76er. Well, I know Embiid's your guy. So Ben Simmons is now a Brooklyn Net. I got my Brooklyn jersey on just to kind of, play the devil's advocate, I guess. But let's get right into it. Unc, what's your take? What are your feelings? I know you've been looking at this, trying to get rid of Simmons for over a year practically. So how you feel?
I kind of think they didn't want to waste Embiid as having a MVP type season, So I don't think Morey and Doc wanted to waste that. If you have a guy having an MVP year, you might as well give him the chance to win it because in basketball it's a team sport, but one guy can carry a lot. Especially he's playing as best he can, and they're right there. They're 2.5 games out without $30 million not playing for him. You know what I'm saying? So I think they went for the gusto. Now Harden, it depends what Harden we get. If they get the Harden that's like maybe a step below last year, then there's gonna be some problems because the problem with the Sixers, sometimes they had scoring like slumps. You know what I mean? When Embiid wasn't doing it, he does the bulk of the scoring. So if they had some scoring slumps, you can just throw the ball to Harden. He can do ISO. He can get some buckets. You know what I'm saying? It just I'm happy they held it together as they did without with this big distraction of Ben Simmons. But we gotta see what happens now.
Look, man, I got the pause as my background for a specific reason.
Right.
And this pause is not on me. This pause is on this new generation of players. Yo, this shit is fucking ridiculous, man. You bitched and you moaned because you wanted to be a star. Right. You left OKC. You were playing with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka and all these dudes. Then you leave and you go to Houston and you pair up with Dwight Howard. And then that wasn't enough for you. Then you run Dwight out of town. Then you bring in fucking Russell Westbrook, and then now y'all can't play together. Then you don't want to stay in Houston after you run Russell Westbrook out of town. You come here, you play with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. You still can't win. Now you want to go down to Philadelphia and ruin Joel Embiid's career. So what I say to this is pause to all of the bitch-ass nonsense that's been going on with James Harden. James Harden don't play no defense. And he's the player that I've seen in my life that's the most dependent on the referee's whistle. And that's why the bottom of his game is falling out. He's going to go down there with the Sixers and be humble at first. And if they don't win a chip this year, he's going to cry to get out and try to be the focal point of the team. Everybody lost on this trade, damn it.
Everybody lost.
Everybody
subtraction
lost.
By subtraction.
Yes. Ben Simmons is a bitch, too. He goes over there with fucking... LeBron and them. I'm a fan of LeBron, but I'm not a fan of his management. He sits out all year. You know what I mean? He has not gotten better at all. The fucking guy can't even hit a goddamn jump shot. He's been in the league how long? It's a fucking embarrassment for them to even call him. They call him LeBeige James. That motherfucker couldn't tie LeBron James's shoes. He's gonna go up there, and now he's gonna be a glorified six man. All he's gonna be is a defender and a ball handler. And a facilitator, which is going to work out for the Nets. But this is all shameful to me. That's why I don't really watch the NBA like I used to anymore.
You're not wrong about Harden, but I think the backstory is he originally wanted to come to Philadelphia, but the owner didn't want to deal with Morey anymore. So, the Houston owner didn't want to send him to Morey to make Morey look good. So they sent him to Brooklyn. So I guess he always wanted to come and play with Embiid instead of playing with Durant. That's the story I've got. But him to dog games, like this is the second time he's dogged games to get out of town. And that's kind of whack, man. I don't really like that. You're right. I don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? But it's the new generation. These guys, it's the same thing with Ben. At least, Ben took it to the next level. He's like, man, I ain't playing, man. Mental health, man. I'm gonna sit on the couch. Mental health. I'm sick. I can't play.
He said, "Motherfucker, where's my margarita?"
Look, hey, listen. Let me tell you. So that's where I come into this. All right, I'm Baton Rouge, born and bred. Went to LSU. Huge LSU fan. My boys, like, they love basketball. We went to all the games when Simmons was playing at LSU in his one and done year. And I wouldn't even call it a one and done. It was more like 2/3 and done, because his motherfucking ass did exactly this shit at the end of the season for LSU. Stopped going to class, just like bailed on the whole team. Like the season crumbled. They were in the top 15, I think. Beat Texas A&M at home. It was a huge win, and everybody had them locked in to go to the NCAA tournament. Not only did they go into a tailspin and lose like 7 out of their last 10 and not make it to the NCAA tournament, they turned down, the team voted and turned down a bid to the NIT. They said, "Nah, we're cool. We don't even want to try. We don't even want to play." So, like, I just see this, to me, I think the team that won out of this was the 76ers, because at least with James Harden, he will show up and play when he's happy. Ben Simmons, he might get unhappy tomorrow after he lands in Brooklyn. I mean, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. They might get this little playoff run out of Ben Simmons, and that might be about it. But I don't know. The dude, something's up in that dude's head. And let's not forget, this dude would not even shoot the ball from 2 feet away in the playoffs last year because he had the yips. We don't know if that's been cured or not yet. We hadn't seen him since.
Yeah, look, see, this is the thing. There's 2 winners in this trade. One winner is Ben Simmons, because now he doesn't have to be the focal point. He's the third banana now. That's the perfect role for a guy like Ben Simmons that specializes in certain skills. So nobody's going to look for him to hit a jump shot. You got 2 shot makers around you. So he could play the facilitator and be the on-ball defender that he is. And the second winner in this trade is James Harden's beard, because it fits in best in Philly. Where else can that beard fit in better than Philly? He's Philly ready already with that Sunni beard he got already. Man. So those are the 2 winners in this trade. Hey, what say you?
I seen some ladies from Philadelphia. I found it's like, oh, I gotta go to the games now. My man on the team. I swear to God. Oh man, they love him some Harden bull. Oh my gosh. I mean, it gives Ben Simmons a fresh start. I like Ben Simmons. I actually wanted him back on the team. I thought that he was what they're missing. They needed a defender. I thought they could maybe win with him still. But the other players on the team, they didn't really want to play with him anymore. I just think, I want the guy to do right. You know what I mean? Like, he got to get his head right. He's going to have the New York media. I don't know if it's tough. I don't know if it's about as tough as Philadelphia media. So he's going to have to get it together. But he can hide, because there's a big star. Embiid was a star, but Kevin Durant is a bigger star, and so is Kyrie Irving. To be honest, so he can hide a little bit. All that talking about he wanted his own team and stuff like that. Nigga, damn lie. He don't want his own team. You know what I mean? So he all he can do. But as a basketball player, he fits right in. He's gonna fit right in.
Perfectly, man. Like I said, he's the on-ball defender that they need. He's the facilitator that they need, and he doesn't demand the shots. You know what I mean? The only thing with New York, the media is a little more ravenous. It's more media, but the good thing is that, like you said, he's playing with the biggest star, the second biggest star in the league. LeBron James, as far as media-wise, the biggest star in the league, and he's not going to have to worry about fielding all the questions that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving have to. The only thing that I'm concerned about with Philadelphia is that you have one star who plays no defense. You have another star who is very, very injury prone. You know what I mean? So they're not leaving themselves any room to grow with those 2 contracts. So how do you get better around that? How do you fill a team to be able to compete with a Giannis Antetokounmpo? Because I'm going to be honest with you, man, their roster as currently constituted is probably like another piece away. So how do you get that piece absorbing James Harden's shit? You know what I mean?
Sixers, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Sixers. Mateo, let's put this up. Mateo, he says, Mateo, what do you mean? What am I talking about? they didn't want to play with him? What do you mean? Who are you referring to, Mateo? Because we're live.
I meant the Sixers like Embiid, George Niang. I don't think they just wanted to play with the people that want to come out before. He quit on the team. You have to understand, he quit on the team. You know, they're gonna say all the nice things in to the public and to the media, but Ben quit on him. You know, and Embiid, he said he thought it was low key, it was disrespectful. That was Embiid's exact words. He said it's disrespectful what Ben is doing right now.
Yes, definitely, bro. I don't understand how you can Mateo, not to attack you or anything. How could you even ask that question? Nobody wants to play.
Fuck Mateo.
It's okay.
Wait.
Fuck you.
You're just reading too much.
He's a fucking bum, man. Mateo's a fucking bum.
His ass to court.
Hey, Mateo, man, fuck you. Don't nobody want to play with nobody. Yo, so if you living with a woman and you come home, she tap out on you, you want the bitch around? No. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And Bernard Wallace, Embiid is not disrespectful. You know what's disrespectful? You acting like you want to be a superstar player, but you want all the trappings and trimmings of being a superstar. You want to fuck all of the nice girls. You want the contract. You want all of that shit, but you don't want the pressure of trying to get better and playing and going in through and persevering. That's the problem with this new generation of players. And I don't mean to boomer out on you. That's why I got pause. Pause to this whole generation.
Yeah, but you know, I think Milwaukee is they're still going to be there. You know, I think Giannis is still up there, but you know, I think Embiid can match him. But now, can the rest of the team match that? You know, because you weren't going to stop him, no matter who you put on him, Simmons or whoever. I mean, talk about Giannis. You know, I think Sixers, Bucks, and the Nets are right there for the East. You know what I mean? I don't know, because the Bulls ain't ready yet. Like, I know they're up there. The Bulls ain't gonna be ready. You know what I mean? So it's if you know, but we have a history of Harden. We seen him, you know, in OKC. You know, in the finals, he didn't show up. You know what I mean? In Houston, he kind of did his thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't really his fault that, because Chris Paul got hurt, I think, that one year.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, but Chris Paul carried
game 3 against the Warriors. Yeah.
I think if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, they win that. But he's got to prove in the playoffs too, man. Because I mean, I think against the Bucks, he had some iffy games. You know, he was hurt, but he didn't really show up last year in the playoffs.
Well, that goes back to my previous point. James Harden is the player in the league that I've seen probably since Karl Malone who's most dependent on the whistle from the referee. He depends on getting to the line, and in the playoffs, they throw that fucking whistle in the garbage. And that's the reason why he's never really showed up in the playoffs. And he doesn't play any defense, so he can't generate any offense by being a good on-ball defender. That's the reason why I don't think you guys are not going to win with James Harden. The only way you're going to win is if Joel Ortiz got to bust a freestyle for y'all to win. Say no, but Joel Embiid is going to have to help him at the rim when guys get around him. Joel Embiid is going to have to play at a David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon level on both ends of the ball for them to win the finals. And I don't think Joel Embiid is in the proper shape to do that. You know what I mean? James Harden has to fucking play D. And the problem with James Harden is that he wants to win on his terms. Like when Shaq and all of the great players fucking criticize him, he don't say nothing, but it's a sacrifice you got to make to fucking win. There's a sacrifice you got to make. He's not willing to make that sacrifice, bro. And I don't think y'all will ever win in the playoffs because he wants to win, not playing defense and getting the ball and shooting and crying about getting whistles. And that's another reason why I'm bringing it back to this whole generation. Look behind me, everybody. Pause on all y'all motherfuckers.
You know, I will say, you know, the new rule changes affect him, and he came out the gate so because he didn't know how to react to how they're changing the whistles. You know, I think now Embiid. Now I noticed something. Embiid, I was saying this earlier in my morning stream one of these days or yesterday. Embiid used to do the same thing Harden did, but Embiid switched it up quick because, you know, Harden used to try to get the foul and not shoot the ball. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is you can draw the contact, but you got to at least throw the ball up there. You know, you got to shoot it. That's what Embiid did. He do the sweep under, and just do it quick and just try to get and shoot it. And Harden was just flopping all of it, throwing himself into the guy and stuff like that. And they was just keeping the whistle. You know, you got to make a play to put the ball in the basket. I think hopefully Embiid and talk to him, but let's not disrespect Harden as a player, if healthy. He's one of the best passing two guards I've ever seen. You know, he's really got point guard vision and passing skills. You know, him in the pick and roll. Imagine Harden and Embiid in the pick and roll. Man, I don't know what I'd be up night worried about that. I'd be pissed down my leg. All you gotta do was, you know, you motherfuckers gonna be pissing down legs all over the court, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, Digital Prez, man. Yo, thanks for pulling up. Fuck you. You look like a chew. You like a fucking chew Tootsie Roll. Yo, now listen. What I gotta say is listen. Yo, the problem is that pick and roll shit, that shit works in the regular season. That's a great strategy. They're gonna win a lot of games in the regular season. They're gonna probably be third in the East. But when it comes down to the Eastern Conference Finals or the semifinals, and the referees start playing that no blood, no foul shit, what happens then? What happens then? James Harden gonna start crying, and they're gonna get knocked out of the playoffs. And I'm just sitting there waiting for like y'all to get knocked out for a Kawhi level heartbreaker, so I can laugh at y'all. Thank you.
Damn, Jonesy,
That's pure hatred.
fucking ruthless.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, listen, I'm upset the Knicks are ass, so fuck the Sixers. you know what I'm saying?
And
We're
I guess
terrible.
the Nets too, right? Because I wonder what has to happen for them to end up meeting at some point deep in the playoffs, where it's not going to be, you know, an upset in the first couple of rounds where they have to play each other early. But Sixers Nets matchup in the playoffs would be really interesting to see how those two guys that got traded for each other play out. But no, my thing on Simmons, I can't stop harping on the fact that I just think there's something off with him mentally. Like I don't know what it is, but he doesn't have it. You say what you want to say about Harden, but I don't think there's like a mental toughness issue there. I wonder about Simmons' mental toughness and how that's going to play when it actually gets to crunch time. If they do make a deep run in the playoffs, even with those other guys where he's able to distribute and be the third fiddle to Kyrie and Durant, he's still a meltdown away from some BS that's going to fuck him up.
Hey, nah, bro. You know what it is? There's nothing wrong with Ben Simmons. You know what's wrong with him? He like bitches and money too much. That's the only thing that's wrong with him. The guy, he's not a hard worker. But the thing is, he don't have to. He at his baseline, he is a top 20 player in the NBA. So if you're a top 20 player in the NBA and you're playing alongside two of the top 11 players in the NBA, you can fade to black. You can do and specialize on what you do well. You can defend on the perimeter and you can distribute the ball and rebound. I think this is a perfect match for Ben Simmons. If anybody won besides James Harden's beard, it is definitely Ben Simmons in this. Ben Simmons is going to shine in New York because he's going to get the hide. What say you, Unc?
I kind of liked him as a player. You know, I wasn't adverse. Like I said again, I wasn't adverse to him. I think he's going to fit, you know, well, because you know he's going to be able to take some ball handling off of Kyrie, and in case Kyrie can't play home games, he's going to be the full-time point guard. He's going to be able to defend. You know, you'll be able to save Durant a little bit because you don't have to put Durant on the best wing guy. You know, so you can put Simmons on there. I think he'll be fine. I think the Nets will be fine. They're going to be a decent team. And let's not forget, they got Curry and they got Drummond. You know, so I think that's going to improve their depth a little bit. You know, they were hurting because I think Joe Harris was out, so I think Curry can step in that spot. You know, and I think it was a flop with whoever the center they had.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, he's washed. He can't play no more. So Drummond had some good games with the Sixers this year. I was kind of surprised that like Sixers Twitter was like arguing. They didn't want Drummond in the deal because the rumors were yesterday Drummond was going to be in the deal. They was like, no, we love
Wow.
Yeah, because the Sixers never had every backup center they tried to get flops. You know what I mean? So this was finally one that worked. Right? So they were kind of mad about that. I want to read Tom Moore. He's a Sixers beat writer. He said he talked to Coach Doc Rivers last week. He said, I tell our guys, Joel is almost 28 years old, and he's a huge human being. So let's never take a year for granted with Joel. Every year you have him is a gift. Let's take advantage of the gift. So I think that was their mindset.
Facts
going in there.
That was facts, bro. Because like, you got to go back if you want to see a case study in a big man that's fucking washing away in a big market that has a lot of talent. Patrick Ewing, his career is parallel to Patrick Ewing, a guy that's playing with guys that shouldn't be around him, and that really, to be honest with you, if pretty soon Joel Embiid is going to be on a point where he's going to start breaking down. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody in the chat trying to roast. So Uncle Hotep look like a futuristic Jesus nice. Sorry. Hey, yo, Prez, man, you look like a well-dressed gecko, motherfucker. Get out my chat with that bullshit. Yo, he look like the kid from Slumdog Millionaire and shit, trying to be up here crack this shit. Hey, fuck you, Prez.
Oh, shit.
Now, that's my man. Prez, what's up, man? Salute, bro. Salute. But yeah, man, listen, I think we beat this thing to death, man. We got to see how it all goes, man. Hey, what's your predictions to where the Sixers are going to go going forward this season? What would make you happy out of this season?
They got to at least go to Eastern Conference Finals, at the least. They've gotten to the second round and got beat, numerous times. They went to 7 with Toronto 7 with Atlanta last year. Celtics beat their ass the year before. They got to at least get to this. They got to win the second round, and then we'll see what it is. But I think Maxey probably might have to get. I think Maxey might have to get a little bit better. You know what I mean? I'm glad they kept him, but I think if they can get to the second round, get out of the second round and get the Eastern Conference Finals, I think they can set themselves up to maybe go to the finals next year. But we'll see.
Man, I think that with the way this shit is set up and the way Joel Embiid's knees are set up, y'all got to win it all this year. y'all got to win it all this year, man. This shit is like motherfucking like holistic food. That shit go bad real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So y'all got to get in there. Y'all got to make a run. And if any team could stop Giannis Antetokounmpo, is y'all, because he's not going to be able to just do what he wants at the rim with Joel down in the post. Yeah. So you know what I mean? I would love that shit, man. I would love it, man. So my prediction is that you guys get knocked out of the first round of the playoffs, or maybe that's just me hating on the Sixers.
Come on, that's no way that's happening. I don't know. The East is kind of tough, man. The East is tough, man. Like, there's a lot of good teams. Like, I know that the West has like the higher end, like Utah and Phoenix, but like in the East, because Brooklyn is down at what, seventh or sixth or seventh spot.
That's why I'm saying y'all can get knocked out, because y'all might have to play them in the first round. Yeah. Y'all might have to play them in the first round. It is not out of the realm of possibility that the Sixers and the goddamn Nets could meet in the first round. And then miraculously, Kevin Durant's back will be fine again. He'll drop 60 on y'all. Kyrie will start dancing on y'all, and that'll be us. Everybody trying to roast on me. Fuck you, Big Poppy. The Warriors are going to beat our ass. I'm not watching that bitch. Yeah, man. But, hey, Chad, what say you, man?
No, I'm kind of with you. I think that if you make this trade, especially with Harden, and I don't know, isn't he supposed to be a free agent after this year?
He accepted the extension.
He did accept the extension. Okay. So then you got another window, but I do think big guys like that, like, you don't know how knees, feet, lower back, all that shit is going to hold up, and it's just next year you don't know what's going to happen. First couple of months of the season or anything like that. I kind of feel like it's this year or bust. Maybe not our bust, but I wouldn't be satisfied with just getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's for damn sure. Like, you make this big deal, this big trade, you just added, like you said, they had $30 million sitting at home. Now you just added a huge piece you got to make a run. You got to go deep and make it to the finals. I know it's tough. I know the East is tough. You got Brooklyn and Atlanta and obviously the Bucks defending champs, but man, you got to make that deep run.
Yeah, man, you definitely do, man. It's just getting to the point where, you know, like I said, man, the NBA just got softer for this trade. The NBA is soft like the doctor's cotton, and it's disgusting. And that's the reason why I focus on the NFL and boxing, because this shit is just getting soft, bro. I can't deal with it no more, man. But listen, y'all, I appreciate all of y'all pulling up. We love y'all. Everybody in the description on Twitter, you know, our YouTube channel's there. Men of Order. We have a show called I Got Next. I'm on there.
That's right.
Chad is on there. Ant's on there. Unk drops in. The illustrious and praiseworthy Hotep Jesus drops in sometimes with his godly-like aura. I mean, and you never know who's going to pull up on the show. So who's ever not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We need y'all support. We need the energy like we got in the chat right now, man. You know, I thrive off of that. Big Poppy, we love you, brother. Prez, man, thank you for pulling up, bro. You want to see that Martin hoodie? It's Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. Thank you. So thank you, brother. You know, I try to stay clean from time to time, my brother. But yo, this is I Got Next, man. Thank y'all for pulling up on us, man. We're going to be dropping in on y'all like this. We're going to increase this thing. So please hit that subscribe button. Follow us. Yes, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.